Good morning, everyone. It's April 18th, 2024, and we are going to do a quick review here as far as what the market is doing. And for those of you who are new, I teach people how to trade these four ETFs long, or if the market reverses, we like to trade the other inverses of these ETFs in order to have protection in our 401k account or whatever account you're trading where you're not allowed to use margin. And these are kind of a game changer because even when the market is selling off, you still are able to capitalize because these would be a long position as well. They're just for the inverse of the other ETFs. So some advice if you do take these inverses long. Uh, don't hold on to them very long because the market has to cooperate, and you can find yourself underwater very fast if you're not able to get out of these, which you should be able to. So the one that you really want to focus on is this TQQQ, by far my favorite, the most liquid, where you can go long, you can go short, you can buy options, extremely liquid. But I know I've mentioned that in other videos as well, so let's get down to it. Let's start with the SPXL here. And you can see that for the month, the week, and the daily here that we are still in a confirmed downtrend. And that is one of the things that you'll notice here on the daily chart on the left is that the day is red, the week is red, the month is red. This is full time frame continuity on these three time frames. And you can see that we've been in this downtrend now for 12 days and that the volume yesterday was actually a little bit higher as well. So until proven otherwise, we are still in a downtrend. We did fill this gap yesterday. So do we reverse and eventually come back up? I don't know. We'll see. Looks like the market is trying to bounce a little bit, but until we actually take out 120.36 here, all bets are off, right? Let's go to TNA. You can see same thing, same story, down 12 days in a row, and we have full time frame continuity to the downside. We did get down to this monthly target right here. So for those of you who did trade this with me, congratulations. We did the 2 rev all the way down here. Question is can we get down to these areas right here next? You know, this is the next guy up right here, 31.79, and you can actually see how that relates to the daily chart as well. That's one of the reasons why I use the colors that I do, because at a quick glance I know exactly that the purple is for the month and the orange is for the week, and then if I have a white line in here, that's for the daily. TQQQ, fresh crossover here to the downside for 3 days, 1, 2, 3, and you can see that we ran, we rested, and then we ran again here right to target. Just beautiful, right? We still have a little more room to run here if we want to, the 52.97, but overall 222 rev on the month. UDAL, same thing, 222 rev and more. I mean, we even are on pace to take out this candle as well at that 70.59. Will we get there? I don't know. I do know that right now this is a classic run, rest, run scenario on the daily playing out, and people are getting out of these positions. Let's take a quick look here at the watch list. Airbnb, I like this one because we are setting up potentially next week or next month for the 2-2 rev down as well. You can see that we triggered it and then buyers stepped in. But what I like about it on the weekly here is that we are still in force here. Still in force. If we get above 159.70, then of course this would no longer be in force. But let's see what happens with this one. And so what you're doing here with these three time frames, you're just kind of looking at the month first, then the week, and then the daily, and then trying to get these to You're trying to get these to act like dominoes where they hit each other to the downside. And then it's the same way here for the daily. So the daily could trigger the weekly, and then the weekly could trigger um, the month as well. But Amazon is interesting here because you can see on the month we've had nothing but two continuations. Well, sooner or later, what happens here is that a two gets sold into. And I like how this one is actually setting up for a possible 2-2 reversal for next month. But you can see right now in the week, we are already in force where it's pulling back. So the question is do we come back down here and take out this player at 170, what is that, 838? Or do we just kind of hold this area for right now? You can see that action on the daily as well. Let's get through this a little bit faster. ANF, same thing, 2-2 rev here on the month. You can see how this one is still in force. Doesn't look good. BLDR, same thing, 2-2 rev for the month. And we triggered all the way back here on the week. COPX, this is a new one. I like how this one is trying to set up 2-2 possible rev going into next month. That doesn't mean that it can't go 2-2 continuation to the upside, but right now we have this shooter on the week from last week, and then we tried to go lower, and then buyer stepped in. So on the daily, how does that play? Well, you can see here we have a 2-2 possible reversal to the downside. So if this thing takes out 45.19, I want to know about it because then my target is going to be right here at 44.30 or possibly lower down here. We don't know how far they're going to take it. We just know that we have a setup and therefore we play it. Costco is a big boy. I don't know if I would recommend this to anyone if you're fairly new, but this is another 2-2 rev going to the downside for the month, and we'll see what happens with that. CPG is a cheaper one, setting up 2-2 rev for next month, but you can see already on the week we have 2-2 rev in force to the downside, and so today we've got that 2-2 possible reversal. So if it takes out 844, you want to know about that and just jump into this and see if we can get down to the weekly target of 811. I apologize, this should look like this, like that, with the lines on it. So we'll see. This is the target, 811. Expedia, same thing, 312. We got to get outside this bar right here for the month. Fiserv, same thing, 2-2 rev in force on the month, and then you can see how it triggered here on the week for the 3 weeks ago, and now on the daily it's playing out the run, rest, run. So maybe we get a little rest here before earnings and then possibly a dump. Fortinet, 213 for the month. We need to get outside of this 2 bar right here. You can see how it's in force here from last week. So will we get down here? I would like to see this thing rest a little bit back up to here and then possibly continue down. GoDaddy, another 2222 continuation on the month. Waiting for this one to pull back eventually, but you can see right now 22 rev or 322 rev is in force on the week, and you can see how that's starting to play out here on the daily where you have this run to the downside, and now this is your rest. So if we take out today's low, I want to get into this thing and hopefully get a run back down. GE 222 continuation on the month here. You can see it's growing just a little tired here on the week with a 322. So if we take out this 2 at 151.11 right here in this area, you want to know about that. So this is how you would draw that if you follow my process. This is the month range right here, purple to purple, and then right here is where the week is, and this is where your target would be. HPE, big 3 bar for the month, inside month, but you can see how we are doing the 2-2 reversal here for the week, and we are working our way back down. I could see this one getting back down to 1679, if not a little bit more. This would be your daily target right here, 1650. H&R Block, we've got 3-2 reversal here. Pretty choppy here on the week. And if we do get going here, your target for the month would be 42.28. Just be aware that we have earnings coming up. IBM, we've got the 1-2, tried to go higher, and now we're reversing and forced to the downside. And this is how this would look for the dailies if you drew it. You got a target of 178.75. Levi is one that I actually went long the other day. Just because I like how we have this 2-2-2 continuation, and we've got this 3-1 setup to possibly go to the upside and target 22.39, or it could fail and we could trigger down and go here to 18.44. The reason I went to the upside is because we had this reversal playing out right here. That does not mean that we cannot reverse right here and go lower, and if it does, I will short it. Okay, so be aware of that. Some other ones, Micron setting up for 2-2 rev for the month. Norwegian Cruise Lines is already in force for 2-2 reversal here for the month, so just wait patiently for this TTO here on the daily. If we trigger, get your butt in this thing and try to trade it down to the gap right here to 1620. Net, same thing, 2-1-2, big mother bar. We got to get outside of this. Sooner or later we will. Nutanix, 2-2 rev for the month right here. And you can see for the week we have 3-2-2 rev in force as well. Possible gap fill here down to 59.20. NVIDIA. Just pausing right here for the month. Pausing here for the week. And then yesterday we got the inside and down. So do we continue down, or do we reverse and try to come back up here into earnings? PNC financials not looking so hot. 2-2 rev here to the downside. You can see on the week how we triggered 2-1-3 down, and now we're just waiting here for the TTO on the daily. So if this one takes out 145.78, look to go short. Pure Storage, 2-2 rev here, just pausing for the month. But sooner or later, this one's going to make a decision as well. Rocket went 2-2 rev, and we triggered here at 12:01 in that area. And you can see how it triggered earlier here on the week here at 13.75. And now we have this run, rest, and then run. It could run down here to the target of 1087, but I'd like to see it rest and then run back down. Schwab 2-2-2 or 2-2 continuation right now. Just kind of keep a watch on this one. Silver looks like it's trying to gap back up. Strong move above this 23.94. We have buyers stepping in, and I actually went long silver yesterday as well. Target on this thing would be to trade it back to previous high of 27.24. Sono 2-2 rev to the downside, and then 2-2-2 for the week. Once this triggers, you just got to learn how to sit in these positions until it reverses and tells you to get out. SQ is another good one here where we have 2-2 rev in force right here to 74.35. 2-1-2 down on the week. And then right here we have the 3. So if this one breaks lower here, look to trade this one down here. And I should have put this in to the gap. And of course, you know, I use a dashed line for gap fills, just to let me know. SU 2-2-2 continuation, possible 2-2 rev setting up for next week, or 2-2 rev to the upside for next week. This should have been 2-2 rev to the month. I apologize. And then right here, we've got to get above this 10-day moving average here. If not, I will look to short some of this at 37.35. Trip, same thing, 2-2 rev with a big candle, right? Big target down here. And you can see how they're just kind of getting out of this position here. Run, arrest, a run, arrest, and then a run. Maybe we rest here a little bit before coming down. I am short this name still. Uber, 2-2 rev on the month. You can see yesterday how on the daily we went 2-2, and then we just went 3 for the day and just took everyone out. USFD is a new one, 2-2 rev in force here on the month with a 2-1-2 possible target down here to the 49.71. Could get lower too, right? Because if we truly do hit magnitude here for the month, we could get to 45.24. WAB setting up for a possible 2-2 reversal for the following month. And then last but not least is WDC. You can see how we have this nice shooter playing out here on the month. And then we are in force here on the week at 71.11 down already. So if this one takes out to yesterday's low here of 69.91, I will look to go short. Just keep in mind we have earnings here for April 25th. That's it. I know that was a lot, but I hope you get something out of this. As always, please come and join us on the Discord server. Otherwise, come and take a look at the Twitter feed. I do try to post there as well, but for the most of the time, I am on the Discord. So until then, God bless and take care.